welcome back to Knowledge Work Nexus. Today on this video, we are going to explore a little bit about how to capture information into Notion. If you are a part of the Building a Second Brain community, then this is a video that's perfect for week one, capture week in the Building a Second Brain curriculum. Or if you just want to learn how to get things into Notion, then this is a great way to start. So we're going to start here with a very plain page in Notion. This is just a simple page. I've added a title, Inbox 2, because I have another file named Inbox. I've added an icon to the page. If you aren't sure how to do that, just click on the icon or where it says add icon, and you can search for Inbox. I think that's the option. This is the icon I selected. And then for the cover, I just searched for an Upsplash image. I think for paper is what I did. And I don't remember how I got the post-its, but it was an Unsplash image. You can find an Unsplash image or your own image that works for you. So that's all the setup I've done to this page. So the next thing that I did was I did add the Save to Notion tool to my Chrome browser, and this allows you then to be able to add things straight to Notion when you're browsing. So let's take a look at how this works. So I've got an article here. This is an article I wrote on Medium, 100 books every small business owner should read, that features only books by women and persons of color. It's a great article. You should check it out on Medium if you want to. And I'm going to come up here to this Notion page, and I'm going to click Save to Notion. And it'll ask me what I want to name it. I could change the title if I wanted to. I can decide where I want to add it to, and it'll always default back to this same page. But let's just say here, if I wasn't sure what it was called, I could search for Inbox. You'll see I have a lot of pages named Inbox, but I actually want Inbox 2. And then it'll let me select my workspace if you have more than one workspace. So I'm just going to hit Save Page. And I can either open in Notion or I can go on and do other things. So let's say I want to go to New York tourist attractions, because I'm headed to New York here in a few weeks and I want to do a little bit of research here. So let's look at this, top things to do in 2022. This looks like a terrible page to save, but we'll save it anyway. And so we'll click the Save to Notion, and I'm also going to add that to my inbox. So now I have 2 pages in my inbox, and let's say it's the end of the day and I'm doing my daily review of what's in my inbox, and you'll see I've got these 2 pages here. So I can open this up, and you'll see that it has actually the whole text of the article right there. All the links work, all of those sorts of things. So it's the actual full text of the article. And for the other one, I have no idea what this next one looks like. I have pretty good confidence of what the other page will look like. Looks like it's just going to give me the link to the page and then an image. That's fine too. I can always go back to the page if I want to show you what that looks like. There you go. And that'll take me back to it. So that's enough for what I wanted. There's not a lot of text on this page for it to have scraped, so that makes sense that there wouldn't have been a lot of text on it. So then I can do whatever I want with these pages. Let's say I decided, you know what, I don't want this one anymore. It doesn't serve me. I'm just going to delete it. And then maybe for this one, I'm like, oh, you know, I really want to read that. I might, if I have a to-read database or something like that, I might move that to my to-read database. So this is a very, very simple way. I'm going to go ahead and delete it for now because I want to show you sort of a next step up. This is a very simple way to bring things into Notion. But let's say that we want to get just a little bit fancier here with things and actually be able to like sort through our information a little bit later. So we're going to create a table on this page, and I'm going to do table, I'm going to do table view. And this is going to be a new database, and this is going to be my web import database. So this is a new database called web import. And so I've just created this database. This is still a page, so I can still add information to this. This database is just sitting on top of this page now. So I'm going to add just a couple of things here to this database. I'm going to leave the name here. And I'm going to add a URL field. Oops, edit the property. I'm going to call this URL, and this is going to be my URL. And then I'm going to add another field here, and this is going to be tags. And this is going to be a multi-select, so I can add a bunch of fields. And then I'm going to add one more, which is a checkbox that is, whoops, I keep doing that on the new property window. I'm not getting along with it as well as I should, which is, am I done with this? And this is just going to be a checkbox. Okay, so now I've created a little database here. I'm going to delete these empty fields that I don't need. And now we're going to save a couple things again. So let's go back to that Medium article again. Should have left that open. Sorry, friends. Oops. Come on, find my account. There we go. So here is my article again. I'm going to go up to the Save to Notion Clipper again. And again, I'm going to save it, but this time I'm going to search for that web import database that's a part of Inbox 2. And I'm going to save that page there. Okay, and then I'm going to go grab this other article from, I think it's Seiki Talks, and I'm going to save that one. And notice since this was the last place I imported things, it automatically lets me save there. And then we'll do this one. And that's saving. And let's just go grab one tweet just for a good measure. So I've got a couple of different kinds of media here. It's not all the same types of things. We will grab, hopefully nothing terrible in my Twitter feed. Oh, this is perfect. We'll find Purple Resets rug. I don't know why I clicked on that way. There we go. Her rug post. And we're going to save that to Notion as well. And save page to that same place. So now when I go back to my inbox, my web import automatically now has 4 things in it. And when I click on the first one, you'll see that it's automatically separated out the title, the URL, and then all the text is down here in the text of the page. So it becomes a little bit more useful than it was when it was just a straight page. And I could add tags to this. So maybe this is to read. And maybe I'll add another one, business. And maybe one more, money. Okay. And let's say I'm done with that. Maybe that's all I want to do with it before I put that done flag on it is those little bits. No big deal. I can come in here and I'll tag this one as money. So those tags came over and that's also done. Oops, done. There we go. And then this one, say I decide I don't want this one anymore, I can still delete it. So if I decide, you know, this just doesn't serve me, I'm going to delete that. And then on her wonderful little rug post, you'll see the tweet is actually in here. I can click on it. It'll take me right back to Twitter, right back to that tweet. And let's say this is a to buy. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So we've now tagged those. I could do some sorts now. So maybe if I only wanted to see articles that are tagged with money, let's do, or filters, sorry, a filter by tag. And I want to see only those articles tagged by money. There I can immediately see just the articles tagged with money. I could add something out here if I wanted to. So maybe I want to add a notes field. That's just a text field. That's perfect. And this is, there are some great books in here on money topics that I want to put on my read later list. It's not a very actionable note, but you can see the kinds of things that you want to add. Or maybe this was a summary field. So lots of different options here for what you could add to this database and the kind of views that you could add to it so that you could really customize it. You could also create additional views. So maybe I want to create a gallery view of this same database. And let's see, it's using the page content as the card preview. So that's perfect. So now I can see, sort of the image that was on the front of each one of these articles as well. So lots of different options here as to how you could do an inbox, but that's the basics of Capture. I do want to show you here, let's find one more article. Let's do this one. There we go. There's another plugin for Chrome called Notion Saver. It does allow a little bit more flexibility right from the browser. So it asks you sort of the name, the secondary URL. You can customize the icon or take it out, give it an image. You can also change where you're saving it to. So let's say this is my web import database that I want to save it to. You can decide if there's a template on this database, which template to apply to it, which would be really, really useful. And whether or not you want to clip the page content, I will say yes for that. And then you can add some additional information here. But it's got a little bit more power to it, but I find I don't need it that often. I generally only use the Notion web clipper. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this one looks like. Let's see, I need to clear my filter. And here's my new article that just came in. It does give it that page icon from Medium. That is one thing. So it grabs the favicon, I think, from the page here and does the same thing. That's about the only real benefit I've seen to it, other than the ability to apply themes. So that is one, or not themes, to apply a template. So that is one really big difference of that particular plugin. But for me, the Notion plugin has been enough. So I hope that's helpful as you are trying to make your way with Notion and figure out how to use it. If you have questions, make sure to hit me up in the comments below, or if you're in the Building a Second Brain community, hit us up on Circle or in the Notion workspace. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.